Okay, I believe that I'm live. This is my first time doing this, but I'm gonna see how it does. I'm gonna see how it goes. Let me see. How in the world do I find the freaking link so I can get people to join me? Let me see here. There it is. Okay. Cool shit. Bang bang. All right. So we doing we gonna do the review here, preview as well as the live commentary of Naoya Inoue versus Jamie McDonnell. Ken Shiro, matter of fact, just knocked out Ganigan Lopez in their rematch for Shiro's WBC belt, WBC light flyweight title. 1 second. Hopefully that link works. Let me see. Like, how in the world do I see the chat on this piece? Let's see. Yeah, but man, Shiro, he knocked out Ganigan Lopez, man. I thought Ganigan Lopez would have put up a better fight than he did. It looked like he might make it difficult had it gone a little bit further, but Shiro just hit him with a picture perfect right hand on a southpaw opponent, which is Lopez, right on the liver, knocked the wind out of Lopez. Lopez didn't want to get up. It was done. It was over and done with. Let's see. Right now they're showing some previews of Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn I'm watching on the ESPN Plus app. For you guys that don't know, you can catch it on ESPN Plus in terms of being able to see the live. Oh shit, I'm hearing myself way too loud. Okay, there we go. Much better. Yeah, but you can catch it on the ESPN Plus app. They got a free trial going on right now. And you can also catch the Joran Akaz versus Jonas Sultan fight tomorrow. And Cal Yafai against David Carmona, which is also taking place tomorrow. But let's see. Yeah, they're just continuously showing Pacquiao, Jeff Horn. And just showing highlights, showing previews basically of Jeff Horn versus Terrence Crawford coming up, which is also going to be on ESPN Plus for you guys that wind up subscribing. I know some of you guys will find some other means, some other way of actually watching it, but it is what. But Shiro did a very good job of being able to go in there, stop Lopez, and he did a solid job of doing it. Hey, what's up, Charlie?
What's up, man?
Hey, looks like that shit worked. This is the first time doing this, so I was like, oh man, hopefully the link isn't broken or something.
Yeah, no, it's crystal, man. I can see you. It's crystal. I can hear you. Yep.
All right, good stuff,
your mic is perfect.
Mic sound.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Chris and Beats are coming over.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, What'd you think of Shiro?
He did a good job, man. Did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah, I did. But I missed the knockout. It was so quick. I didn't see. I saw the build up.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was a picture perfect right cross. Against a southpaw opponent, hit him right on the liver, just knocked the wind out of him. You could just tell that even though Lopez had the desire to get up, just it's one of those paralyzing liver shots, and it was over for him.
What's up with your profile pic? I like it.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit different, from
who's there on the canvas? That's Inoue.
That's McDonnell, man. Only the headgear ain't gonna save him this time.
Yeah. So this link you give me is the fight, so it seems like it's just adverts. Is it long adverts here?
Well, right now what it just happened was Shiro managed to stop Lopez in the second round. So.
Oh, okay. I can see it. I can see Inoue. I can see Inoue.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they should be showing the previews right now, because right now I'm watching on the ESPN Plus app. Matter of fact, I did the little 7-day free trial thing because I wanted to have the crispest possible stream. But of course, I got my other source as well. So.
It's on Sky, but they showing. I think they just gonna show the Jamie McDonnell fight. That's it.
Yeah. Most likely. I'm not sure if they had picked up Shiro Lopez over there, but if they did,
because they
it's
got
already
the American. They showing the flashback, and then after this, they go into the live fight.
Right. Yeah, like on I'm watching on the ESPN joint. They're showing previews for Crawford and Horn since the Shiro fight ended so early. But I mean, like I said in my preview for all this, I'm actually glad that they showed it to begin with, because it could have been very easy for them to do like almost like what they did with Ryota Murata, where it's like, Top Rank has a co-promotion deal with Murata, so they didn't even really bother with showing Daigo Higa, even though Higa versus Rosales really was a better fight. Higa's better value for money in terms of action in the ring. So, I'm glad they showed Shiro and Lopez in there, because two more guys that are plugging away that, just like with Roman Gonzalez back when he was at 105 and 108, people really didn't know about him. He was great value for money even back then when he was fighting, the top level opposition and his mandatories and things of that nature. And Shiro Lopez was a great first fight, and it was well deserved of a rematch, considering Lopez arguably won the first fight, but Shiro put the nail in the coffin and proved that he's here to stay.
Yep. Yeah, boy. That
so
was a good fight.
Yeah. So what's your guys' predictions? What's your guys' predictions for Inoue and McDonnell?
I'm staying with my prediction. I got McDonnell win the fight, not by knockout. I think he's gonna win the fight though.
Okay. What about you, Beats? You there, Beats?
Peace.
I think he's
a little bit away from the mic.
Making some lunch or something.
I'm fucking talking. Hey, it's a new fight.
Beats.
Yo.
Hey, what's your prediction for the fight?
I think Inoue's gonna win. I think Inoue's gonna win it. I don't know what fight, because I don't know how strong his punches are gonna be at the new weight, or I don't know if Jamie's weight weakened. I don't know if Inoue's camp done some research and realized it's the right time, but I'm gonna pick Inoue to win it. The reason why is because I've seen Jamie when he was just basically ordinary domestic level, and I'm not convinced that he's. I think he's improved. He's definitely improved. I'm not sure how much though.
Mm-hmm.
If Inoue is supposed to be a pound for pound guy, and one of the next guys up in the game to be that dude, he's supposed to win a fight like this with home advantage as well. I'm picking Inoue. I think he should have too much speed and maybe too much skill, but I don't know if he can get past Jamie's jab. I want to see what if Jamie comes in really strong at what, because me and Charlie were saying he could weigh in as much as 140. I'm sure with that size.
Yeah.
How does Inoue do with that?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely questions that need to be answered. He's definitely the biggest, tallest, lengthiest fighter that he'll have fought.
The damn reach is ridiculous, kind of.
He's got 72-inch reach. The bantamweight.
Yeah.
The thing for me though is that I think Dave Caldwell knows that, and they're going to go with power, with strength and all of that. But I hope they haven't underestimated Inoue's skill, because he can box, and he is quite comfortable in the face of danger. But it's just you are right. The long reach is going to be a problem, but Inoue goes to the body really well. So I've got Inoue as well, man.
Right now they're showing Inoue in the dressing room, getting shoot up. Looks like they don't got his gloves on yet. Still with the hand wraps.
And the pretty girl in the middle.
Yeah, I'm looking at a pretty girl. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. I got both telecasts on right now. It looks like on ESPN they're about to replay the entire Shiro versus Lopez, or the second round at least of Shiro versus Lopez.
I've got Inoue. They're showing Inoue again. Is what I'm showing you.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about on the ESPN plus portion of the app, because I got both versions on. I got the Fuji boxing, and I got the and also I'm sure the guys in the chat have seen. I'm looking at my YouTube chat right now. I dropped the link in there, so
does that link work on Android devices?
Yeah, I think it does, because it worked on Safari without Flash enabled, so it should work okay for you.
In a way.
But yeah, man, they got this. This is a big night. This is a big night. You know, it's a big moment. This is, you know, if Inoue wins this fight, it'll be on to the World Boxing Super Series, and they'll definitely be covering that in a major way in Japan as well as worldwide. Of course, I'm sure you guys are seeing
right
right there.
for both of them. It's a big fight for both of them.
CB, it's right there that what they're showing right now. This was his first world title shot against Adrian Confesso Hernandez.
Okay.
At 108 pounds. That was his first belt that
one thing he doesn't have though is great head movement. He uses his feet well.
I mean, he doesn't use a lot of head movement outright. You know, like he's not overt about it. I think he uses it, you know, somewhat and subtly. But I definitely think that's something he can improve upon though as well.
I'm looking forward to this fight, man. I really am. Because
I took off of work for this fight.
Yeah. I believe Jamie's gonna bring heat, man. I think he's gonna bring the heat.
Yeah. I mean, even though I've been picking Inoue this entire time, like McDonnell is one of the guys that, you know, a couple years ago when people they like I got a little bit of a reputation as being like a Brit hater. Like a lot of people thought that I hated all the UK fighters and stuff, and I was like throwing salt at the success that you guys were having and everything. But Jamie McDonnell was actually one of the guys that I tended to
gravitate to.
Yeah. Well, like give props to, basically, like somebody that I thought that had a pretty good degree of skill and was able to fight in a multitude of different fashions, you know, against different styles and still come out on top. But yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely got his. He'll definitely have his hands full here against Inoue, man. Because even though they've been comparing Inoue a lot, I think to Tomoki Kameda, just by virtue of, you know, them both being Japanese and everything, he's just more of a brutal type of a fighter than a Kameda, who's more of like a stylist, who's, you know, a bit more of a boxer, like not really a boxer puncher, but a straight up boxer. Whereas Inoue is more of a boxer puncher who, you know, is really looking to let those hooks fly and really do damage to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that fight before, Beats, but you can see like right in the first round of his fight against Hernandez, he was already busting him up, and Hernandez was the guy that came in as the champion.
Okay.
And at the time, Hernandez was basically the number 2 guy of the division, right behind Don Nietes.
That's what Jamie's got to watch out for, them rights to the body. Set him up for the other power punches.
Yeah.
Watch out.
The other thing that he's definitely got to watch out for is a shot that he set up his last opponent for Yohan Boyao. Yohan Boyao, who's of a similar height to Jamie McDonnell, where it's like he would started throwing right hooks and left hooks to the body, but then he would like throw it. He would feint a right hook to the body and then come over with a left hook to the head. And then catch him right up on the chin.
Yep. Well, he does have that, because I did see that the way he set up some of the shots. You know. I was impressed. He's a good fighter. Don't get this. He's very good. But we're gonna see. I mean, if he loses, the Japanese people are gonna be tight, boy. They're gonna be tight.
Yeah. That'll be a big loss. It'll be a big loss considering he's pretty much the main guy on Japanese airwaves at the moment.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be a travesty like if he lost. You know what I mean? Because he's achieved a lot. Accomplished a great deal, and
he has accomplished a lot.
He's only 25. He's only 25 years of age, so he's got time.
And for you guys in the chat wondering who the bald dude is that's fighting Inoue, that's it. They're showing highlights of a past fight. That's not it's not like the stream isn't correct or anything. That's just they're showing highlights of a past fight because the first fight, the undercard bout, ended so quickly. So they expected it to be like another kind of a 10 to 12 rounder for Shiro and Lopez, but it ended at the end of the second. So Shiro Kenshiro took him out, man. Kenshiro showing himself to be, you know, the chief rival now to Hecky Butler. If him and Hecky Butler could get it popping, man, we'll have a three belt champ at 108 pounds.
If Inoue wins it, I'm gonna give him his due. I think it's a good fight to take.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, like it's kind of like what I had said before in some of you guys' hangouts and everything, where even though Inoue kind of missed out on when flyweight was hot, and now that super flyweight is hot, you know, if he was to beat McDonnell, go into the World Boxing Super Series and triumph in that, I think it's almost like all things in the past are
Yeah, you
forgiven in a way.
You can forgive all of that. He does all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not unlike the case of like where a lot of people would criticize Timothy Bradley for not fighting against Amir Khan, but then he went on to fight against Pacquiao. For bigger money, bigger things on the line in terms of critical acclaim and all that good stuff. So similar kind of circumstances, and also too, the lighter weight classes and coverage of them is due for a big change right now. I mean, it's not HBO that's the only people in the game. I mean, as you can see, ESPN is broadcasting this. ESPN is going to be broadcasting tomorrow's fights at super flyweight between Jaron Akas and Jonas Sultan and Cal Yafai and David Carmona. And then you got, maybe some of those guys that signed with Eddie Hearn and DAZN, maybe we'll see some flyweights and super flies over there. And, and so on and so forth, man. So there's a lot of people getting in the game. Nico Hernandez had a bunch of his fights already televised on CBS Sports. And he's a flyweight Olympian from the U.S. Got the bronze medal, managed to break the U.S. Olympic medal drought, and there's a lot of people in the game now. So the more people in the game, the more money there's going to be for these fights to be made and for these fighters to get their due. And it's not going to be on some Israel Vasquez and Rafael Marquez fighting each other into oblivion for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, he just demolished that guy, man. The
replay after the fight.
Yeah, man. Look at that.
If I was managing it, he wouldn't have took the second fight unless they're paying him proper. If I was managing him, you wouldn't have got that serious. I'm saying you both fans wouldn't have got that. I'd have to be looking out for my fighter's health. That's like when I read his story, I said, "Well, that is messed up."
Mm-hmm.
Messed up. And then I hear guys like Andrade complaining, I need hundreds and hundreds before I consider it. You ain't done fuck all. You ain't been in no series of fights like that. What have you did?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Kid's got nothing.
Yeah, just the relatively speaking, like how hard some of these guys fight, and whereas how well they get paid for it is, it's completely out of whack. So I think we're definitely due to for a little bit of change, a little bit of revolution in the circumstances.
Yeah. I missed the fights when they actually happened, right? And someone said, "No, you need to go and watch it." I said, fuck that." I was like, "What?" I said, "What the hell?" And when then you realize, bloody hell, man, they're not even trying to kill each other.
Yeah,
trying to kill each other, literally.
Yeah, those are like to this day, those are still some of my favorite fights. That series of 3 between those two. Well, I mean, of course, they had the 4th one too, but by that time, they were both past it. They had both beaten the prime out of each other by that time.
The handlers weren't protected; they just sent them back in there with no protection.
Yeah,
They were fighting.
That fight was just a great example of how two fighters are just so well matched to cancel each other's strengths out.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I tell you what, that Marcus could fucking punch, boy. Hard.
Yep. And a lot of people forget too. At that time, after he had won the first fight, he was actually rated higher than Juan Manuel Marquez was pound for pound. He was like number 2, number 3, and Juan Manuel was like back at number 6 or 7 at the time. But unfortunately for him, he didn't quite have the longevity of Juan Manuel. But at the same time, Juan Manuel didn't exactly have an Israel Vasquez just matching them punch for punch like that either.
He's more exciting than his brother. Brother's exciting, but he's more exciting. That dude there, boy, fireworks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was more offensively violent. Like just the offense that he had, the offensive skill that he had, the ability to cut off the ring was his gift. Whereas Juan Manuel was, I think, a little bit better defensively. All right, they're showing the tail of the tape for McDonnell Inoue on ESPN right now. Got McDonnell at 5'9", Inoue 5'4.5". McDonnell 71.5-inch reach to Inoue's 67.5. So you got.
I remember you beat the crap out of Tim Austin, boy. Destroyed Tim Austin. Austin was good. Austin was a good tool. Skilled fighter.
Oh, Tim Austin, yeah.
Ready.
Yeah, Rafael Marquez at bantamweight especially, man. Honestly, like him at bantamweight, I'd probably put him up against any bantamweight in history. That's how dangerous he was. He could box, he could punch, go to war, inside, outside. He was devastating.
Yeah, Marquez. Which one, Rafael Marquez or Juan Manuel?
When
He was good. Yeah.
who you said?
Nah, I said one Manuel Marquez. He was probably the best at bantamweight.
You mean Rafael?
Yeah, Rafael. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm checking out the chat. Copen09 saying yes, more midday boxing, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what's up, man. We need to get all these fights televised, man. If we could bring all these fights stateside, bring the Japan fights stateside, bring the Thai fights, bring the Chinese fights. You know, we got a couple of fighters out in China doing their thing. Ben Liu potentially. I don't know if I told you about that dude. Beats and Chris. Ben Liu. He's coming out of the 2016 Olympics. Didn't medal. He actually got robbed in the first fight of the Olympics that he had. But he's fighting for a world title in the second pro bout against the undefeated WBA light flyweight champ Carlos Canizales. And Carlos Canizales, who actually tailed Ryoichi Taguchi to a draw. The same Taguchi that just basically lost last week to Heki Butler, but lost by split decision. So one of those guys is still at the top of the division. So, I mean, if Ben Liu beats him, that'll be a major statement. Be a major statement. Be able to break that record that Lomachenko shares with a fighter from Thailand whose name escapes me for the moment. Let's see how the video's looking. Triple G in the chat says McDonnell weighs 147 right now. Jakong says 144, I think. I don't know, man. I don't know. They haven't listed any fight night weights, but you know, there's always going to be a lot of speculation on who weighs what on fight night. But at the end of the day, what you weigh on fight night is what you weigh. You know, making the weight is half the battle. Rehydration is the other half, and then the final portion comes when you actually get in the ring and actually try to make it work for you. And it doesn't always necessarily do so. You know, Linares definitely appeared to have a pretty good size advantage over Lomachenko, and it didn't quite work out for him. So let's see how it does for McDonnell against Inoue.
Did you see Dave Carmona going down to Superfly to fight Kao Yafai?
Yeah. That's the thing. That's gonna be tomorrow, man. It's gonna be tomorrow. And the thing about Carmona and Yafai is, I know Yafai's a big favorite. You know, Carmona probably isn't very heralded by virtue of the fact that, you know, he lost his two big fights against Quadras and against Inoue himself. But he did take both of them the distance. Neither of them were able to stop him. He was the first guy, and to this date, still the only guy to take Inoue the full 12. So, you know, even though he did suffer kind of an upset knockout loss recently to Daniel Lozano in a rematch, incidentally, and Lozano actually avenged another rematch that he had by knockout, I think, as well. If you actually watch that fight, it looked like he just got caught cold by a left hook early. So I wouldn't necessarily say that he's going in there to just get bashed up by Yafai, even though I'm sure that's probably the idea from Yafai's team. I think he'll provide Yafai a pretty stern test. You know, he's a durable guy. He's kind of an archetypal Mexican fighter. Relatively good fundamentals, but just a hard worker. Good on the inside, especially. So I think Yafai, considering he's had a lot of difficulties with a lot of opponents at mid-range and inside, you know, I think he might have his hands full against Carmona.
So do I. I think there might be an upset as well.
And it might be, man.
Yeah.
Taking on some of these lesser opponents that he has been, his last couple of fights may come back to haunt him.
Yeah.
And even then, like even saying that, you know, Shohei Shida, I thought gave him a really tough fight. Is his last fight out.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, right now over on Fuji TV in Japan, they're still showing Inoue against Hernandez. Looks like they're gonna show that whole bout, man. Because if I remember correctly, I think Inoue finally stopped this dude in the 7th round. So that should be ended for you guys that are checking out the Fuji TV broadcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I see Michael in the chat. What's up, Michael?
That was a
Mr. Shiro
good
bout.
left hook to the body, wasn't it, man? It didn't look like much, but it really he caved in.
Oh, with Inoue and Hernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael in the chat. What's up, man? Yeah, he won by early knockout, man. Stopped him in the 2nd round with a clean right hand, clean right cross, right on the liver. You know, of course, Ganaga Lopez is a southpaw, so he caught him on the opposite angle where you normally see a right hand land on the left side of a guy's body, managed to catch him right on the liver, just perfectly timed, perfectly planted, and down went Lopez. Lopez looked like he wanted to get up, but you could just see that it was one of those kind of Bernard Hopkins, De La Hoya type shots where it's like he was just in too much pain, just, you know, it paralyzed him, so the ref counted him out. But great win for Shiro, man. I have to kind of go back and forth now as to if I consider him the number 1 at 108 or if I have to keep it as Heki Butler, because since Butler beat Taguchi, I had Butler up there, but now I don't know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, man, because Shiro's wins over Lopez twice and over Guevara as well. You know, they're nothing to sneeze at, even though those guys are now non-titleists themselves. You know, they were still two of the top 5 at the time. Light flyweights when he beat him, so solid victories for him. Let's see, Mr. Doc in the chat got Inoue by body shots. He's gonna make Ronald McDonald puke. I don't know, man. The only fighter that I've seen up until this point actually make an opponent vomit in the ring and win by projectile vomit knockout was Shisake Tsurungusai. I'm trying to remember who the opponent was that he fought, but me and EJ did a commentary on that where we were calling it, and yeah, man, he hit this dude with a left cross right on the solar plexus, and this dude just keeled over, and Shisake just kind of walked away because he knew it was coming, and the opponent just, you know, vomited their breakfast and lunch all over the canvas, and the ref was like, "Oh no, you can't continue. You can't continue like that." Yeah, Michael. Yeah. He says, "Wow, the first fight was close. I'm surprised Shiro took Lopez out in such quick fashion." Yeah, me too, man. Matter of fact, I thought Lopez was actually giving him some trouble in the first round. Lopez was actually hitting Shiro to the body pretty nicely the first round, gauging the range out. But Shiro was showing, you know, his kind of his hand speed, his foot speed advantage as well, and he managed to kind of just, you know, just lunge forward, get it, just catch him at the perfect time, man. It's almost like just the foot placement of where kind of Lopez was like he kind of hopped forward, then hopped back, and Shiro hopped forward with Lopez's hop back, hit him with a clean right hand right on the liver, pretty much just the broadside of the liver. You could tell it's just a perfect shot, and just knocked him down, man. Just perfectly timed, perfectly placed, and hopefully Shiro versus Heki Butler comes soon, man, because that would crown not only the Ring Magazine and a 3-belt champion at the weight, that would crown the lineal champion insofar as TBRB is concerned, and definitely as far as I'm concerned. You know, that whoever would win that fight is the absolute man of the division. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Although at the moment, I think I'd probably put Butler in terms of being kind of the man to beat. But Butler, Shiro, Butler, it's here or there. It's either one for me. Those are the kind of the co-crowned kings of the division at the moment. Alex Cross, how long till it starts? Should be coming up. Let me see here. They're saying 8:13 Eastern time, so about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes it should be coming on. But here, let me actually. Yeah, I see somebody else in the chat asking for a link. So Javier Gautier, I just dropped a link right there, the MOV3. Hit that up, and you'll be in business, man. Right now, they're showing Naoya Inoue's past fight, his original WBC winning effort at 108 pounds against Adrian Big Bang Hernandez. But the Inoue versus McDonnell fight should be starting in about 10 minutes, according to the broadcasters. Oh, wow, they're showing a commercial for the World Boxing Super Series.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they're showing it. Yeah, it looks like
good,
yeah,
man.
looks like they got the TV all said and done for it. Yeah, they're showing Inoue.
Yeah, man.
Inoue's entering. No doubt that they're all right. They're showing Ryan Burnett and Emmanuel Rodriguez and Zolani Tete also. Showing that they're going to be his chief rivals. Showing people chatting about. Let's see. Inoue wins, he'll be the. Let's see. Yeah, talking about if he enters the WBSS, they're favoring him as the favorite.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Inoue's got a lot to live up to. He's definitely. I think about a year and a half, 2 years ago, his level of hype didn't quite match how good he is. But I think now it's finally catching up, and who knows? Maybe it's even outpacing it a little bit. Maybe the hype is outpacing his level of quality just a tad at the moment. But he's definitely going to look forward to living up to it, man. He's definitely going for the gusto.
He's got to look good as well. He's got to look good too.
Yeah.
I think if he's patient,
like I'm saying, like at this point, he isn't necessarily.
No, this is great for
This
is great for a controversial points decision or a hometown decision.
Yeah.
Be better than that.
Yeah, man.
could be a
the thing is, go ahead, Charlie.
No, there could be a stoppage from Inoue today, because of that pressure, because of the expectations of what he has to live up to.
Yeah, I think Inoue is looking for a stoppage for sure too. The way that he's been looking in his training and everything, the way that they've been talking about him, and the way that his sparring partners have been talking about him, like hitting him, beating him up, and punishing him and sparring him. I think he's gonna look to try and make a statement and send a message out to the other guys in the WBSS.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Let's see who they showing some people in the crowd. Is that fighting Harada? I think that might have been him. I think that might have been the legendary fighting Harada, the Masahiko Harada, the legendary Japanese champion, one of the all-time great world champions from Japan. But Inoue definitely has a lot to live up to. I mean, especially with not unlike in the last 5 years, how British boxing has been booming. Japanese boxing has been booming the last about 2 or 3. You had guys like Daigo Higa becoming champion, Kosei Tanaka becoming champion, Hiroto Kyoguchi. Trying to think who else. Yamanaka all those years up until he got upset by Luis Neri under dubious means. Miura got dethroned, but Akifumi Shimoda going all the way back to even the mid 2000s, the Kameda brothers, Daisuke Naito, Akira Yagashi, Kazuto Ioka, and Inoue is kind of the main man now at the moment. He's the torchbearer for the young guard, for the new guard, and the guy that especially considering Taguchi just got dethroned last week against Heki Butler. That only makes that berth even wider for Inoue to kind of fulfill, in terms of that star power of Japanese world championship level boxing.
Yes.
So, let's see. We got to see how he comes through here. So it looks like we'll be about 5-6 minutes out from the Inoue and McDonnell ring walks. And let's see. I see they got Takashi Uchiyama there on the Fuji TV broadcast. Got Inoue there with all his people from his corner wearing the Ohashi gym garb. A lot of people don't know now Inoue's promoter, Ohashi, Hideyuki Ohashi, was actually a light flyweight champion himself back in the day, a strawweight champion, champion himself back in 1990. Wound up losing his title against Ricardo Finito Lopez in what was Finito Lopez's breakout performance. So. He's promoted by somebody that knows about world championship level competition. So Ohashi went from being one of Japan's great fighters to being one of Japan's great promoters, and considering he has kind of the brightest young star in boxing right now. Oh yeah, there's Eddie Hearn right there talking about Inoue. Let's see what he's got to say.
Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, they're showing him on Fuji TV.
Yeah, it's his fight. I forget. Where is he? He's not in Japan though.
Now I think that's just like some interview quotes that they did for him. Yeah, so he said it's going to be a great fight between two of the world's great fighters. Don't miss it. It's a big test for Inoue, but it's also a big test for McDonnell. And you know, I think he's looking to get into the business too. You know, it's like with this new deal he has, I wouldn't be surprised to see him sign up a couple of these fighters from Japan and see if he can get in on the boom, man. Boxing's a worldwide sport, and it's good to see some of these fighters from all across the globe to get some extra attention, man. All you gotta do is just look at the World Boxing Super Series. Not only the cruiserweight and the super middleweight bouts, but even the way that the bantamweight tournament is stacking up. You got Inoue from Japan, potentially, of course, if he wins tonight. You got Emmanuel Rodriguez from Puerto Rico. You got Zolani Tete from South Africa, and you got Ryan Burnett from the UK. That's definitely an international tournament right there. You know, couple of those guys with potentially Nordine Ubali or Petsor Chitapana. So that'll be either a Thai fighter or a French fighter joining the ranks as well. And a couple of spots left over. You know, it'll be interesting to see who they fill out the rest of the World Boxing Super Series at bantamweight with.
Yep, he certainly will. Certainly will. Looking forward to that. What a size advantage. They just had both of them standing together. Yeah. Massive height difference. Wow. Really telling.
Okay, Leonard Sterling is in the chat saying Hearn is in Japan. He's flying to LA for Yafai. So I guess he'll be flying from Japan back over here for the Yafai versus Carmona fight.
Oh, so he's over here. He's okay. He's in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if he is, I'm assuming he'll probably be a part of the ring walk with McDonnell. Either that or they might show him ringside. So, be good, man. Be good to see him there. You know, I remember over this past years, you know how they always have the big New Year's cards every year in Japan at the end of the year, December 30th, December 31st. Keith Thurman.
Is that when Rigondeaux fought there?
Yeah. Rigo fought on one of them. Linares fought on one of them. Valero fought on a bunch of them back in the day. What do you call it? Keith Thurman was actually there.
Okay.
He was actually there just as a spectator, just watching the fights with his wife there, and he actually took a picture, posted it. I had posted it on Twitter. I need to find it and save it. It was a pretty cool picture. It was him posing with Ken Shiro, the guy that I was talking about earlier, Beats, that knocked out Lopez as the co-feature for this fight. So he was there watching Shiro fight on New Year's, and got a little selfie with him and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. I always like it when fighters are fans of the sport themselves too, and they show up for other fighters' fights even when they're they have nothing to do with them. You know, Thurman's got nothing to do with, Japanese fighters at flyweight. So, he just showed up because he loves the game. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Mike was confirming it. Hearn is in Japan. All right, so that's good stuff. Yeah, and he's also seconding my mention of Finito Lopez stopping Ohashi. Ohashi being Naoya Inoue's promoter. Good strawweight champion himself back in the day. That was actually a big influence on the big anime over there. There's a Japanese cartoon Beats anime called what was it called? I'm forgetting the name of it now. Damn it.
That's Marat.
Hajime no Ippo.
That's the middleweight guy. That's the middleweight guy, isn't it? Ain't that a middleweight champion?
Yeah, Marat is
next to the guy with the microphone, isn't it?
WBA regular, regular champ. Yeah, he's the guy that's standing next to Yamanaka now with the chick in the middle. Yamanaka looks like He looks a little bit depressed, don't you think? A bit puffy in the face as well.
Probably still recovering from getting beat up by Neary.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that, man. I don't think that's what hurt him. I think his pride was more hurt.
That's kind of what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
More than like, yeah. I meant the, like you were saying, looking depressed and stuff. Not the,
yeah.
It's early and I don't have ice. So.
Yeah. Owing to what I said earlier too, Javier Gautier in the chat says this isn't the best year for Japan because they started the year with 11 champions and they only have 6 at the present time. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
They've been dropping recently. I think Butler took a big scalp with Taguchi last week.
Taguchi. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. You know, the Daigo Higa was a big loss too with Christopher Rosales, Chocolatito's cousin. And hey, there we go. Inoue is walking to the ring now. Let's see what they got to say.
One of the best in-ring performers pound for pound, and tonight a chance to make some history in front of his home crowd.
Well, it's on my list for what it's worth. It's on my list of pound for pound. He's number 7, and that's a pretty damn good list. You talk about guys that you just mentioned.
Yeah, mute that for a second. But yeah, you know, they're talking about Inoue and his record so far. You know, 15-0, 13 knockouts, 2-weight champion across 3 weight classes. You know, he's done some pretty big things very quickly, even though his career has been relatively stalled the last about 2 years now. But he's looking to try and make good finally on I guess the meantime and make everything work out for him. You know, he's still young, only 24. And we got some big things going.
Is the Fuji TV one showing commercials, or is mine way behind?
No, they're showing commercials on Fuji.
Okay.
Sure.
Mr. Doc, what's your prediction?
I told you in the chat, man. Inoue, body shots.
Body shots. All right.
Okay, body shots. Let me put that all in the pot and stir it up.
I mean, Ronald McDonald isn't trash, but I thought Kameda beat him both times.
Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
Don't lose to Ronald McDonald.
And greetings to my Japanese viewer in the chat saying hi, I'm Japanese. I'm not sure how to say your name because it's in katakana there, or is that hiragana? But I put it into Google Translate and it says Masala Town in case. So I'm sure that probably isn't a correct translation. But greetings to you, my friend. Hope you enjoy the fights. Hope you enjoy the commentary as well.
Watch the bad boy come for the crowd. And Inoue is making his way to the ring.
All right, let's see McDonnell coming through too. McDonnell's got an unbeaten streak of 3,710 days.
We go full screen on this.
Let's see. Boxer Robot is saying, according to my calculations, it will be a draw.
Oh, is that what they're saying?
That's what somebody in the chat is saying. Boxer Robot.
You gotta love Japan. They got the pro wrestling style ring walk with all the light tunnel and all that.
So here's what McDonald had to say prior to tonight's championship bout.
I'm 100% confident. And I'm looking forward to it, you know. Hopefully, like I said, the boxing world will stand up and say, no, I'm the best bantamweight. If I didn't believe it, I wouldn't be here. You know, so I'm 100% confident in getting a victory.
So McDonnell will be making.
All right. So McDonnell saying that he's the best bantamweight in the world. He's trying to get this W and trying to get himself into the WBSS himself, looks like.
Yep.
So let's see what it's about, man.
McDonald has a lot of incentive to do well. A lot.
Yeah. This would be a signature victory for him, man.
Yeah.
So fair to say pressure on both of them, huh?
Yeah, big pressure.
Can he take that jump to the next level? Can he do it? There's Jamie. I knew he weighed in half a pound heavier, I believe. I don't know what's the rehydration. Anyone know?
I don't think they listed it.
About 2 pounds within either side, under or over.
Yeah, they don't got fight night weights on the tail of the tape here.
Yeah,
No rehydration weights here.
Yeah, it's usually 2 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, see, they're showing highlights of some of the great Japanese champions of the past, fighting Harada, Shinsuke Yamanaka.
Yep. All the greats.
Got Jamie McDonnell coming in.
Yep.
I hope he hasn't just got the mentality of he's just going to come there and try to outmuscle him.
What's his name? Talking him up there as they're walking through. You see?
Yeah, I don't. When I saw them at the weigh-in, he was trying to intimidate Inoue. I hope it. I think could backfire.
He's gonna need skills.
Yeah, I seen at the weigh-in when they were looking at each other. Yeah, McDonnell had like a little smirk on his face, like
I'm gonna knock you out. You're just a little jap, you know. Nah, I hope not, Jamie, man. I really hope not.
And then oh yeah, there's Eddie Hearn right there. He's got his hand on his heart for God Save the Queen.
He's gonna need skills, man. Can't just come in there trying arms out. He's gonna need skills.
Yeah, you know, it looked like he was about serious when they got a few Brits in the crowd. He panned over to him, showing him singing. Yeah, so he brought a little conglomerate with him.
A couple of
is that what his brother behind him with the belt, McDonnell?
Oh, Gavin.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes. Gavin.
Yeah, now we got the Japanese anthem.
Long ad breaks, man. You're supposed to do short breaks right now. You're supposed to have these big long breaks now.
Yeah, they're trying to get making that money, Beats. They gotta pay anyway. Yeah, they got ads for Dragon Quest, the top role-playing video game in Japan. They got ads for L'Oreal and
I just realized
shit going on.
I just saw the first, that's the first time I've ever seen a Japanese beer ad.
They're getting in, boy. What they got now? BMW.
Yeah, this is like the Super Bowl over there, isn't it? They got the commercials left.
That was for Sapporo. That's like the top beer, the top Japanese beer. Sapporo.
Freaking Amazon! They got Amazon paying for commercial time. That's big money, man.
Oh yeah, I see that Amazon. Yeah, man. You know, for many years, Yamanaka was sponsored by Toyota. You know, that's nothing to. You know, I mean, that's Toyota.
That's what I'm saying. This is like the Super Bowl the way they're getting the commercials.
That's not some Toyota dealership. That's the company Toyota. That'd be like if Deontay Wilder was sponsored by Ford or some Dodge. Comes rolling through in a Dodge Ram and shit.
That's just lucrative, boy. That's a lucrative sponsorship, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why at the low weight classes in particular, Japan is like the center of the financial precipice of really getting paid.
What Eddie, you know? Now Eddie got his hand on his heart for the national anthem. I can't hear it. Eddie got his hand on his heart, boy. On some Winston Churchill business.
They put a lot into the production out there, don't they?
Yeah, big time. I mean, if you see some of the previews and everything, like if you go to Fuji TV's Twitter and you see the preview that they did, the little preview video that they showed for this fight, the little it's like only like a minute or so long of a feature. Like it's they did a really good job on it because it just shows the highlights. Both of the guys scoring knockouts, and they showed Jamie saying like what he's gonna do, and they show he's saying what he's gonna do, and they do a good job of it. They do a real good job of it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, people are saying that McDonnell is 144 pounds tonight.
Damn.
Japanese, I like their national anthem. Nobody sings.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're saying that McDonnell. They're saying that Inoue is 131 tonight.
That's not too bad, man.
Was 141 in a way, yeah?
131.
131.
Yeah, so they're saying 131 versus 144.
He's outsized terribly. The whole 2 weight classes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's 2 weight classes, man.
Like 118 to 144 is like record-breaking levels of rehydration. Like that. That's about as much as I've ever seen.
I gotta say that is kind of some Canelo rehydration, ain't it?
Yeah, man. Fighting a welter. Like, if Broner weighs them weights there, in his casual. Broner weight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is 144 at Broner weight.
Broner weight.
Yeah, that was Asian Boxing, Alex Iwamatsu on Twitter reporting those weights.
Yeah.
If he can't make that tell, then he won't deserve to win. He can't. See, because as much as like I know what you're saying, Charlie, that he's not gonna. If he's looking to bully him, he's gonna fail. If you got that weight advantage, you've got to really try to enforce the size, man.
Yeah. Well, no, that's obviously why they've gone there. But I hope that's not the be all and end all. I hope there's a game plan, because to me it looks like they're going for broke. They're just gonna go and try and outmuscle him. And this guy can box. In a way, can box. He didn't just win a world title in 6 professional fights for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think people are overlooking. But it could pay off, though. It could pay off because we know he's in good physical condition. But we'll have to see. I mean, I don't know. The fight with Ian Napa, I thought Ian Napa won that with Jamie McDonnell. So
I remember that fight, with Dapper. I remember that fight.
Yeah. I thought he was soundly outboxed by Ian Napa.
Yeah.
And I saw Ian the other day, and he still thinks about that. He still talks about that. And I was thinking, he beat him. He's been beaten quite a few times. Mind you, I think he got robbed against even the Stuart Hall fight, he could have.
He's not a huge puncher, though, is he? Even with that size, though, is he?
Nah, he's not.
Strong.
All right, here we go. Round 1.
Oh, you started. We ain't kicked off yet.
Damn. Come on, Fuji.
Yeah.
Fuji's got us on commercials.
All right, McDonnell looking to set a high pace, it looks like. Toss the jab out there.
All right. Got the pink shorts, the pink
jab
trim.
into the body.
Pink trim. Gloves. Gloves. And he's still shadow boxing. We're still a little way away.
Yeah, Fuji's dragging, man.
Yeah. Ooh, Inoue's coming out aggressive. There we go. There's a big left hook. Big right hand to the temple by Inoue up on the ropes. Another left hook to the body.
I see some Japanese ladies, so she having my baby. Some of them look pretty good, man.
Yeah, the girls that they get to do like the host work on there, and they get some pretty girls there.
Right, man. Look at that. I'm a bit of a sucker for that flavor as well. So.
Got double jab for big left hook from Inoue, just rocked McDonnell right on the temple.
Oh,
McDonnell's down.
Oh, keep it real.
First round.
I ain't even started yet. I just didn't go over.
Yeah, Fuji hadn't even started it yet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Where are you, Johnny? Johnny, you in the
left hook. Oh, big right hand.
I got 117.
Oh my God!
He whooping Jamie ass. They stopped the fight.
Oh, no.
Wow.
First round knockout.
First round knockout.
First round knockout.
Meanwhile, I'm still watching ref instructions. Thanks for
wow.
Fuji.
He bodied him, fellas.
What would you say?
Start yet?
No, it's just
I'm just glad he knocked him out. I didn't want him to lose to McDonnell because I would have gonna call him overrated.
Bodied him, fellas. Bodied him.
He's
McDonnell was about to go out. McDonnell was about to go face first before the corner threw in the towel, man.
Nah, he's about to get knocked out if the referee didn't stop the fight.
He bodied him, y'all. He bodied him.
Is there something wrong with my monitor, or does Jamie McDonnell got the pink on his trunks?
He had.
Y'all still watching the fight, but y'all stream late.
It just started. Yeah.
Yeah, because
the fight over.
Yeah, I heard.
The fight is over, y'all. The fight is over.
I heard.
Y'all should have watched it on Sky. You should have watched it on Sky. They got it.
Yes, I know. I figured silly me, the Japanese, feed would be the one.
He got bodied. Yeah. He came out on attack mode from jump.
Well, here's the thing, Mr. Doc, is
that right to the body hurt him.
Left hook.
Yeah, that one that I gave you though, Mr. Doc, that I gave you guys, I know that one always works. It never goes down. So like that's why I gave you guys that one.
Oh, okay, it's reliable.
Look how relaxed. Look how relaxed he looks. Man.
Yeah, man.
So relaxed.
That was brutal.
Jamie's got a lot of nervous energy.
Jamie felt that power to the body, man. He's already trying to keep away. Oh, damn, right on the top of the head.
That hook in the top of the head. Wobbled him.
Oh, underneath. Yeah, upper hook. Got him with the upper hook.
See,
Left
I
hook
told
to the
you,
body.
that right hand to the body, right? It's a sneaky shit. He sets up other shots. He threw the left hook after it. That right, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Sneaky.
I'm watching the replay right now.
Down.
I'm depressed now, Nelson.
Left hook to the body. Right hook. Oh,
Destroyed him, y'all.
Now I'm impressed. Now I'm impressed.
Power of sushi, Chris.
Down goes Ronald. Down goes Ronald.
I wasn't impressed before, but now I'm impressed.
Yeah, boy.
He's the goods. Me and Nathan.
Okay, I got a question, y'all.
Slapped him around like he stole something.
I got a question, fellas. Does this make up for the fact that he didn't stay at 115 and fight Srisaket?
I think it makes up because he's going into that tournament. He's going into that tournament.
And he's going into that tournament.
The fact that he's going
definitely makes up. I'm going to be real.
The fact that he's going into the WBSS to me makes up for it more than makes up for it. Because with the WBSS, what you're saying is he's guaranteed 3 fights against top level bantamweights. All in a row.
I start by saying he's on the process of making up for that.
Yeah.
But that's
but if he fight Tay, that's going to be good.
Yeah, it's a huge step. It's a huge step.
I think he'll beat Tete though. I'll be real.
I like the fight though, but if he goes in there and destroys Tate, you got to put him up there.
I'm not ready to make. I'm not gonna say he.
You see, the problem is the problem is if McDonnell had taken him some rounds, you guys would be like, yeah, man, he's this that. Everybody thought that McDonnell, the size and strength was just everybody was really looking at that, and. Well, I knew Inoue would win, but
I picked Inoue. I knew Inoue would have too much.
That's true.
No, I was worried. I was worried, Charlie, that McDonnell wouldn't be strong in this fight.
Yeah.
And the fact that he weighed in so much, that tells me he struggled like hell to get down to weight. He wasn't strong at all.
As soon as he felt them 2 body shots, he gave up any notions of any of that inside muscling or you know what I mean. All that went out the window.
And that's
Jamie McDonnell's crying, man. He's crying.
Yeah. My concern was
I'd cry too if I got hit to the body like that.
And my concern was that he took the bout just as much for the money as anything else.
Nah, you see, Jamie took the money. He knew he was. Yeah, it was for the money and all of that. But there was a part of him when I saw him at the weigh-in. I knew it was going to work against him. He tried to intimidate him, man. And it's that whole, I'm British, you're Japanese, you're a small Jap. I'm going to come there and outmuscle you. That's what he thought, and he got served up, man.
And when I saw the weigh-in, the first thing McDonnell did after the weigh-in, he doused him. He was drinking a whole lot of fluids. So that tells me he wasn't strong. He was weak at the weight.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to be cutting some serious weight to be making 118 as tall as he is, regardless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you mentioned in the chat, Michael, and Asian boxing.
Ain't no excuses. Ain't no excuse. You got in the ring.
Yeah.
He got punched up. Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, put it this way, I've seen fighters that
I don't do that shit. I don't give a fuck how much you let lose.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, if there is some degree of drain in a fighter, that's what you do to him. You knock him out in the first fucking round.
He did what he's supposed to.
Good. Like if you look like the left hook, the technique on the left hook, he was so composed, he was so comfortable in there. I knew Jamie couldn't settle down. He was too nervous. He looked too nervous, man. Just too nervous.
There's a reason, the reason I don't give him no excuses because he been beating guys and he been cutting weight.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, however you feel about the Kamada fights, he still won those. However you feel about the Solis fights, he still got the W in the first one and was looking actually pretty good in the second one. Before it got stopped.
McDonnell was a live opponent. Definitely, I'm not.
Yeah. I'm only saying insofar as the people that would theoretically criticize, the weight and things like that.
I think they looked at the Solis fight and said he's bitten and picked him and said, "Yeah, we can take his belt."
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I mean, Japanese, you've seen their technology, so imagine what they're like when it comes to boxing. They're gonna be just as meticulous, man.
Yeah, like you say now.
I keep telling people not to underestimate them.
Scientific.
Regardless of what I may have thought of the Kamada fights, for example, doing McDonnell like that was impressive.
That's impressive. He's never been stopped before. I don't think he's been. Has he been on the canvas? I think Kamada
had him over once.
Yeah, Kamada dropped him once.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Hey, I think he lived up to his name, the monster, and every bit as much as he ever has. And I think
he wasn't gonna have to worry about no scorecards.
I think the scary thing about it is he's getting better. I think he's getting better.
He just made a big statement to the Super Series. A big statement. Here I come.
They better be thinking they lucky stars they didn't make that Inoue Chocolatito bout. He would have destroyed Chocolatito. He would have destroyed him.
Yeah, he would have. He would have done some serious stuff. Yeah, but listen, Caesar get, bro. That's the fight with Miss Pat. Come on, man.
I'm with you, Beats. I'm with you. I wanted to see that badly.
That's why I was asking the question, Beats. Does it make up for that?
Yeah, it has to be asked, Mike. It has to be asked.
That's pretty much the only way, too. It's one or the other. WBSS or Fight SSR.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if he
the Shepherds of Sun, that was quick. Xavier, he says, McDonnell says he was the best bantamweight. Congrats. Now he knows he's the worst. Coppin 09, McDonnell has no idea what a jab is, but that happens when you openly admit you don't even like boxing. Yeah, he's asking, where's the WBSS draw? I don't know.
I sent you the link of that when he was training. I thought some of you would pick up on that, but nobody did. Everybody was looking at him in the gym, lifting the weights, so that and got gassed.
Right.
When I heard him say that's exactly what I thought. I thought, now you don't even really like boxing.
So that's why his trainer was doing all that talking.
Yep.
His trainer was doing the positive talk. Okay.
So Coldwell doesn't get trainer of the year. So.
They're showing the replay of the fight and everything again on ESPN. Man, that was brutal. That was just a brutal attack. That was an assault.
The first punch was a left hook, yeah? That's what set the...
Yeah. Hit him with a left hook on the temple, and then he hit him with a right hook on the other temple. He just destroyed the man's equilibrium.
Lit him up.
As soon as he felt those first couple body shots, man, he tucked up and ran.
Man, look, I'm geeked about this Bantamweight tournament. Now that he's in it.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing. It's only half full. We still got 4 more spots. We still got 4 more because I mean, hey, it can only get better.
Hey, yo, Chris, you can go back to work, bro. Chris didn't miss no work.
I was thinking I might go back to work early. Might go in early.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing I'm going back to is sleep.
That's why I'm going back to sleep.
You forgot as well, Doc, a whiskey as well. You forgot.
I got the ice already going. I got up and I was like, shit, I got no ice, so I had to start some ice tray.
I was about to cook and try to make it in the morning. I ain't cooking shit now. I'll probably go back to sleep.
Yeah, man.
You know, there's not a mark on his face.
Not a mark,
anyway, man. It's just not a mark. He's just walking the park. That guy's good. He's really good.
Yeah. Man, that's Thanos in Incredible Hulk fight right there.
That was worse than Inoue, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Mike, I wanted to ask you guys about what do you think about Hector Butler now against Shiro for a unification?
Go ahead, Mike.
Good fight. Shiro.
Mike is breaking
He's got
up.
that Dan the Man mic.
Okay,
let me reconnect.
There you go.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Listen, man, that speed is beautiful, bro. Fucking hell.
Yeah. That's what I said, man. A lot of people, well, real quick, I just wanted to mention about Inoue, about it. Hand speed, like a couple years ago, people thought I was tripping when I said like Inoue is a pound for pounder. I was saying that he was better than Rigondeaux, he was better than Ward, he was better than a Golovkin.
There you go, Michael.
What about that, fellas?
The timing, the speed, I meant in terms of talent, Chris. I meant in terms of talent. But like, you know, the talent, the speed, he's got it all. But go ahead, Michael, with regard to
I was going to say, for me, how will Shiro be able to deal with the activity of Butler? If he can deal with the pace of Butler, he can certainly win that bout because Shiro has the power advantage for sure. He's the naturally bigger man, in my opinion, the stronger man.
He is. Yep.
So the key for me, how will he deal with Butler's pace? Because Butler fights at a high pace.
I think behind a good jab, good long jab, strong jab like he's got. It's a 50-50 fight. Butler's going to make it difficult because of his head movement. And he's a swarmer. He can actually swarm quite well and shoulder roll. So, well, that's what he proved against Taguchi. So I'm inclined to go with Shiro for that one. I just because of the physical, because he's able to use his jab and everything else. That's how I think he'll win it. He'll win it behind a strong jab and grind him down as the rounds go on.
And Shiro seems to be getting better and better with each fight.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and the key thing there is Hecky Butler's hand speed versus Shiro's body work. Shiro's body attack is destructive, man. It's nasty, and it's getting better. I thought Pedro Guevara was giving him the business the first half of that fight, but that body work, he just poured it on, and Guevara looked like he wanted to pretty much do what Lopez did in the second round of this fight. You know, he looked like he was struggling to get to that finish line. So, I mean, to me, it's a 50-50. But considering the where they're at in their careers, their ages and things, I think Shiro's still on that upswing in terms of getting better. Although you know, the Butler was able to flummox Taguchi and draw him into that kind of inside fight where he was able to utilize all that those quick, constant trajectories, changes in angles and pivots and everything against him. So he might be able to do that against Shiro too. But it's a great fight, man. That's one of those premier fights that definitely needs to happen at a given weight class.
I gotta ask Chris, are you impressed now with Inoue?
Yes. I'm glad you said it like that. Don't say, "Are you gonna give him his credit?"
No, I'm gonna have to just argue.
What it was is that boxing basically size can make a difference, but when you're that skilled, you can overcome size.
Well, I ain't never seen no Jamie McDonnell been fighting some guys in that weight class. He was a world champion. I ain't never seen nobody beat him up like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay right now. But yeah, he destroyed this dude. He destroyed him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
I still want to see him fight just so he can get like resumes on his little record.
Yeah, well, I mean that'll come with the World Boxing Super Series if he wins. If he wins,
for me, it's not just Tete. I was impressed with the guy who defeated Butler.
Yeah, Rodriguez. They've been mentioning him in the chat a bunch.
Yeah, he's very good. Very good.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if he wins that, I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna give him like this. If he wins that, because I got my own rankings, I don't look at the other people's rankings. They crazy. If he wins that tournament, I'm gonna put him as high as number 2 or number 3.
I tell you what, man, he got to him early, you know, before even the left hook. He was getting to him early.
Yeah, it was them body shots beats.
Yeah,
he's definitely in the top 10.
As soon as Jamie felt them body shots, he get all that hanging on.
Gotta be more than this.
But Chris, you know the pound for pound list I did with you guys with beats and all of that. That does he warrant being there now?
Hell yeah, his shit better than his shit better than Triple G.
Yeah.
What has Triple G for? Look at Triple G last 3 months.
Yeah. Nah, that's
look at that left hook, man.
It's one of the fastest world title winners in the world, man. Like
put it this way. Put it this way. Everybody's giving Loma pound for pound number 1, this and that. I would argue that Inoue has been just as impressive, if not more, than Loma.
Yeah. Way more impressive.
That's why I say you got to be up there number 2 and number 3.
He's dominating these weight classes, even if it's for a short space of time.
Like I'm gonna do it like this.
Lomachenko's just going up.
Lomachenko performance. That what I saw there is better than any hands Lomachenko.
The only asterisk that people could possibly put up is that he didn't fight Sri Saket. Outside of that, you can't tell me his resume is not more impressive than Loma.
Well, Loma
did what I got.
Way more. I got him higher than Loma. I haven't even got Loma on the list.
What fighter on Loma's resume was as good as
I didn't even
that he done like that?
But Beats, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't never really rate Linares, and Linares gave him a hard fight. For years I ain't never rate Linares.
Yeah, I've never been that up on Linares.
For all intents and purposes, this should have been Inoue's Linares. McDonnell should have been Inoue's Linares, considering the weight classes, the weight, the size of the two guys involved, etc. And Inoue didn't get dropped by him and have a tough fight before he finally stopped him. He blew his ass out in 1 round. So to all the people that give me shit about Lomachenko with regards to, where I rate him and how I rate him in comparison to Inoue, because they feel some type of way about it. I mean, that all you got to do is watch the fucking fights and sit like one guy.
I was glad.
One guy looked like a Japanese Mike Tyson, and the other guy didn't.
I ain't never really rated Linares.
I left Lomachenko slightly above.
I don't.
Let's see.
On my pound list, now I got Terrence Crawford and I got Inoue at number 2. I got Terrence Crawford number 1.
Yep.
So you got to go past Lomachenko and Triple G, man. Their opponents ain't been shit.
To answer Copen09 in the chat, though, with regards to both the question he asked earlier about the World Boxing Super Series draw, first of all, like with that, it's only half full. So they only got Emmanuel Rodriguez, Zolani Tete, Ryan Burnett, and Naoya Inoue included right now. Supposedly, they're going to try and get the WBC champion, whoever that happens to be, between Ordino Bali and Pechtor Chitapana, so that'd be 5. So that still leaves 3 spots to be filled out. 3 spots I think could probably be filled out by Estrada, Sri Saket, Quadras. I think any one of those guys would fill in very nicely into that. But also Daigo Higa, considering he had so much trouble making 112, just jump up to 118. Inoue even suggested he'd like to fight Higa and he'd like to see Higa as part of the tournament. And since they're promoted by different promoters, they could very easily fight each other if that happens to come about. And then to answer his other question, who's the favorite for the tournament for the WBSS? Right now, I'd be willing to bet in terms of where the odds makers put it, it's probably going to be Inoue, just because of how explosive he's been looking and how explosive he just looked right now. It's probably going to be him as the favorite. Probably with I'd say with Tete right behind him and then Rodriguez following after that. But personally, I'd put Inoue and Rodriguez as like my co-favorites for that.
We shouldn't count Tete out though. You shouldn't count Tete.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not. I don't count Tete out. I definitely don't count Tete out. To me, he's right up in there with them. He's right up in there with them.
Even though he looked average or whatever, he did. It was a man fight with Navarez.
I don't think he looked average. I think Tate clearly won that last fight. He just didn't. Like he won.
He didn't won. No. Wait a minute. He won. Yeah, but that guy was 42 years of age. Yeah, and considerably smaller.
Yeah,
you should have broken him down. I just think, I'm going to be real. That the fight we were kind of hyping off the fight that where he knocked out the guy in 10 seconds or whatever it was.
Really? All right, Charlie.
Nah, really, man. Shut up, Chris. But really, when you think about it, man, he should have dealt with Navarez a lot quicker than that. You know what I mean? I see it in a way beating him. I just do. It's the way they approach. It's the way they approach the fight.
I'm going to reserve my pick for a little while on that one.
Yeah.
And we have to keep in mind he presents such a proposition, Tete, with his height.
Oh, he's the number two. He's the number two. Yeah, he's the second best. He's behind.
He can punch as well. So I just don't want to just
the second best.
Discount him.
In a way, I could see beating Burnett, Rodriguez.
No, he will destroy Burnett.
Yeah,
I think I'd favor all three of those guys over Burnett. All three of them.
Yeah, and yeah.
Well, why is everyone writing off Burnett though?
Just Burnett looks like one of those guys that he's a solid fighter, but I think he relied a little bit too much on clinching to beat Zakianov, who I thought was actually giving him a pretty difficult fight. And Zakianov is a guy who himself, tough guy, but he's almost like a mini Provodnikov type fighter, where those next level guys to me beat him.
That fight was a draw, man.
Yeah.
You only win them fights if you got home territory,
Reese Mack asking. I mean, I'm not even sure. Let me see if
that's the guy that
what's his name? 40
Warren fought,
minute
right?
50, something like that.
I think Burnett just pulled it off. Actually, Burnett just outboxed him.
Find it.
Jamie McDonnell gonna crown the point.
He was 150 at the first round now too. For those who was asking about the time, it was 150. The first round.
On box, right? What is it?
A lot of them former Israelis actually work for this company to private friend and find out information about these accusers. Well, it turns out that this same company, Blackview, had a different operation with a much more political motivation. And this company was going after people who were involved in the drafting of and creation of. And
they've replaying this thing for the third time on Fuji TV.
Misrepresenting themselves, was reaching out to these former officials and their family members in an effort to discredit them, and by discrediting them, discredit the Iran deal. And in our reporting, we managed to speak to someone with direct knowledge of this operation and the victims themselves. It's creepy to know that someone was trying to dig up your profile.
Is this the most impressive performance of the year, fellas?
Boy,
it's up there.
That's a very good question. Yeah, it's up there.
I
might say at the moment, yeah.
Some firm is trying to gain access to
You've got a 25-year-old who goes up to, who's great already by modern standards, goes up to a weight class like that, and it's outweighed, outsized, outstrength, and pretty impressive, yeah.
Who wanted this done? We're going to to have a full story on this tonight at 9 o'clock on MSNBC on assignment. But it really is an amazing story how a private intelligence company based in Israel was used to try to discredit former members of the Obama administration who were specifically tied into the Iran deal, which of course President Trump recently announcing for the United States outright.
All right, Richard Engel, thank you so much. Yeah, you can see Richard's full report tonight. The special series On Assignment with Richard Engel continues at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on MSNBC. Andrea, how fascinating. I think John Heilman once said that most of Donald Trump's tweets are confessional in nature. He's talking about Spygate. Here, months and months ago, he was actually, or his people, that looks like were spying on Obama officials and trying to dig up the sleaziest dirt that they could on them to try to undermine the Iranian nuclear deal. Talk about almost criminalization of politics.
And I want to know more about this because it could affect me. Frankly, it's not just a public policy issue because according to the New York Times, and this is all I know about it, several reporters, Jeff Goldberg from The Atlantic, Mark Randall from The New York Times, and myself, who had been covering Ben Rhodes, Colin Powell, and the Iran deal. I spent years covering the Iran deal. I was on Sharon Ferry's trips every step of the way for years in Vienna for that final month. But we apparently were somehow involved, or our names came up in the investigation, and I don't know whether, I mean, we simply don't know what the involvement is. That's all I know.
Sometimes you have to step back and look at that. There's so much scandal, so much dirt beneath that a story like this, which is deeply, deeply disturbing and will be a fire on fire in any administration, gets basically swept under the rug.
Michael, what are you doing, G?
I'm typing around to see for like translation of what Inoue is saying in the post-fight interviews.
Oh, okay, okay.
If these allegations are true, that they
I know one person, as I translated it, he's saying the Japanese are strong.
Yeah, that's Yamanaka. The what's the other bantamweight?
Murata. There's Murata and is that Tanaka? Kosai Tanaka? No, that's not.
No, he's the other guy in there who beat Virapal Sahapram to win the bantamweight title. He had a long reign and won a title at featherweight as well.
Tanaka.
All right, I'm back.
No, not Naoto. No.
Yeah, what's up?
The guy who beat Sahapram to beat the bantamweight belt, to win the bantamweight belt years ago.
Virapal Sahapram.
You see, the thing is, I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I thought he was talking about Tanaka, but it's not Tanaka.
As I said, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
This was also there with Murata.
Yeah, I know it's Murata Yamanaka.
Hasagawa. Yeah, Hasagawa.
Hasagawa. That's the other guy who's in there with Murata and Yamanaka.
Okay.
Right. All right, let me try to catch up on what I missed here while I was dealing with my connection issues. Let's see. Javier Gautier saying in the Bantamweight World Boxing Super Series, the only one that has a good chance to beat him is Manny Rodriguez. He has similar skills. Tone asked, is